When spirituality becomes a cage, it begins subtly. Not with violence, but with reverence. Not with domination, but with devotion. Control wears the mask of holiness. It tells you, God is watching, but only through their eyes. It says salvation is yours, but only if you follow their path. It uses the sacred to secure power. In the book, God is Not Great, Christopher Hitchens, a sharp-witted journalist and leading critic of religious dogma, explores how faith is weaponized. He reveals how sacred texts and divine language have justified wars, censorship, and oppression. When belief becomes law, love becomes control. In the book The Body Keeps the Score, Bessel van der Kolk, a trauma psychiatrist, shows how abuse gets stored in the body. What happens when that abuse is framed as holy? When guilt is called salvation? When obedience is praised, but questioning, punished? The trauma isn't just emotional, it becomes spiritual. In the book The Origins of Totalitarianism, Hannah Arendt, political historian and theorist, dissects how ideology can become tyranny. Spiritual systems can mirror political ones. When power is centralized, and language is manipulated, religion becomes a tool for silencing the soul. In the book On the Taboo Against Knowing Who You Are, Alan Watts, philosopher and theologian, unpacks the illusion that the divine is separate from the self. Spiritual control depends on this illusion, because as long as God is out there, someone has to mediate access. Someone gets to decide who's worthy. In the book The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle, teacher of present moment awareness, reminds us that true spirituality is experiential, not conceptual. Control cannot exist in the now, because fear lives in the past, and future never in presence. Controlled religion keeps you waiting for heaven. Presence reveals it now. So here's what this constellation says. Spiritual control doesn't feel like a cage at first, because it's lined with scriptures. It speaks in holy tones. It promises peace, but it demands silence. And when a soul goes silent for too long, it forgets its own voice. The divine was never meant to be It was never meant to be bought, earned, or obeyed into. True spirituality sets you free. False spirituality asks you to kneel and call it surrender. Maybe we ask ourselves, what parts of my belief system were built on fear of punishment? Do I feel closer to the divine, or more afraid of it? Have I confused submission with reverence? Who benefits from my silence? What would spirituality look like if no one controlled it? When spirituality becomes a cage, the soul begins to shrink. But once the bars are seen for what they are, even the faintest breath of freedom can blow them wide open.